Welcome to Let Jamie Talk. I'm Jamie, and this is take 2. You didn't get to see the first try of us trying to start the video.
Man, you got to throw me under the bus just like that.
Man, we got a lot going on. You roll out of bed, you try to get ready for the recording, and then you're trying to drink coffee and hot sauce and get your day started, and you can't figure out what button to push.
Amen.
I mean, it's a real struggle. There's real struggles in this life.
I mean, it's red. Red means stop, not hot.
Okay, I know.
Whatever.
That button is red. This one's green. Those are white. I got the audio over here.
Yep, we're doing great.
And so whatever. It doesn't always translate, but so
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Anyway, it's something about, I don't know, the light this morning is just hitting your hair just right. It's looking really good. Did you do something different?
It's shorter. My forehead is bigger. My hair is shorter. For those that don't know, I rocked a ponytail for like 7 years, and it's slowly been getting shorter. And this is the shortest it's been since you've known me, probably.
You're gonna look like me soon.
Oof.
You're gonna get the
I could never be so handsome.
Standard boy haircut.
Oh yeah, I had that for 40 years.
Yeah. Then one day you said, "I'm done with this."
I went hippie.
Really?
Kind of.
That's
it's just it's not that I didn't care.
That's weird.
It's not that I didn't care. I just wore a hat every day, and it was easier to wear a ponytail, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah. It's either short or long. The in-between is, this is the in-between, I guess. How's this look?
I'm going to have to take your word for it. It looks good.
Thanks.
My dad went through a phase. He had short hair for the most part, for as much as I can remember, growing up or whatever, but in retirement, he decided to grow his hair out. Mm-hmm. He's big into surfing, like stand-up paddleboard, and competitive in that, and also sea kayaking and outrigger canoe racing and things. So he's got the surfer vibe. Mm-hmm. Like he almost always wears board shorts and some kind of surf shirt from a race with all the sponsorship companies on it. But he decided to grow his hair out for a period of time, and he came back from Florida one winter. He'd been gone 6 months or something. He comes back with a ponytail out of nowhere, a gray ponytail.
Yeah.
But he insisted it's blonde. It was blonde. We went to an event where there was some of his friends that are all the same age. And he said to me, "Man, look at such and such's hair. Look how gray it is." And I looked at him and I looked at them and I'm like, "Dad, y'all's hair is the same color." And I swear, he was not joking at all. He said, "No, mine's blonde." And I was like, okay, no. All right, okay.
No.
But anyway, he finally got rid of the ponytail for some reason.
Yep.
Can you show that picture?
Yeah, I can.
I don't know how you find pictures so fast of my dad on the internet, but
see if I can blow it up here.
This is really good. Okay. There's my dad in the red board shorts.
Yep.
Carrying a stand-up. No, that's not a stand-up paddleboard. That's a canoe. It's hard to tell. The picture's kind of weird.
No, it's a paddleboard. That's a paddleboard paddle.
Is it really? It looks kind of weird. It is a paddleboard paddle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Sorry, Dad, but he
look
raised...
that is the perfect title. So this is 9 years ago. 63-year-old can still kick butt by a lot, which is the truth, y'all.
Yep. He's 73 now, and he can still kick butt. Although he got busted up. I don't know. We said all this on the Builder Brothers Channel, but my dad experienced a really terrible bicycle crash recently. I mean, really bad. He broke his left hip. He broke 7 ribs with 10 breaks in the 7 ribs. Golly. He's got 4 titanium plates now in his ribs, and he broke
permanent.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they're coming out. I think it's for good.
He is the $10 million man or whatever that show used to be.
Yeah, and he broke his scapula, which I think is your shoulder blade, part of it, or part of your shoulder. I don't really know, but he's doing pretty good. He's back at home. He's chilling. He's walking around his house a lot and overdoing it already.
Of course, that's
nothing
his style.
Nothing holds him back, I don't think. But
is he sitting in that lazy boy?
I don't know.
I was trying to remember what we did this week, and that's one of the things we did.
I went and got my dad a recliner chair so he can chill. He doesn't do chill though. He doesn't.
Is it still at his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still there.
Because I got a phone call like Wednesday that Jamie said my dad doesn't like the chair. We got to go get it. I was like, okay.
Well,
I don't want him to sit in it if he doesn't like it.
I'm going to leave it there a while. Maybe he'll warm up to it.
Yeah, maybe Lori will.
It's a nice chair. I would love to have it, but I'm going to leave it there and hope that they like to sit in it. Speaking of chairs, you told me earlier you don't like the chair you're sitting in here for the recording,
it's not that I don't like it. I just tend to slouch more than you, I think.
Well, you got to sit upright, and you got to like be a man about it. Get your shoulders out, get your chest out.
51, man. I'm over trying to be a man.
Okay, whatever.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever. Well, I got my hot sauce bottle here. It's not an accident.
Oh yeah,
that my hot sauce bottle ended up here. Just to remind you that I need some more. See how that's almost empty?
Dang.
See the bottom of it there?
I do. I can.
That means I'm almost out.
All right.
And so I need more. Okay. So that's on you now. I'm waiting for a shipment.
There's bottles at my house actually.
Okay. And I ran out once before already, even though this has only been out for a little while. And I had to go back to regular like pepper sauce. Dude, I was disappointed.
That's good.
I was disappointed because I got a couple different kinds because I was like, I got to have hot sauce today. I can't wait on this pallet of hot sauce coming in.
Yep.
I was like, nah. So, all right then.
Well, that's a testament considering how much hot sauce you consume.
I do consume a lot.
All right, we'll get it to you.
All right. So on today's episode, we're going to answer some more comments from the Perkins Builder Brothers Channel.
Okay.
Building the Mega House, episode 110. And we don't do comments on every video that comes out because we just can't keep up. Okay. So we try to pick the ones that are most recent and have, great topics for us to talk about here.
I think this is a good one anyway. 109, which we're kind of skipping, was the wrapping up of the decking, kind of finishing up what you could do at that point, and then rolling into what you're actually doing in this episode.
Yeah.
So this was a tough one to watch. There was a lot of struggle. Sorry. Didn't mean to bring. I'll let you feed the comments, but this was, you guys, man, it was hard work watching you guys go through some of this stuff. But
thanks. We were all on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
But you just got to plow through it.
Yeah.
You just got to press through the struggle because the struggle is not going to go away. I mean, you must overcome the struggle.
Yeah.
And complete your work.
Yeah. I don't think that's, I don't know that everybody has that in them.
Well, I don't have it in me every day. I don't have it in me every day, but.
Yeah, but you move forward. You don't have a choice.
Press on.
It's just like being an entrepreneur. There's nobody standing behind me. The bus stops with me and Ben, basically.
Yeah.
So I get it.
All right. Well, let's jump right in.
I call it stick-to-itiveness.
Oh, what?
You call it the struggle bus. I call it stick-to-itiveness. You just gotta stick to it. You got to keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I pulled up my first comment here, and I was like, "What is this?" And sometimes I take pictures of songs that I like, like a screenshot, and or channels of music that I like, and I just pulled up this one. It's called "Smooth Venice Laid Back Grooves to Chill Your Day." That is the.
So that's not a comment.
So no, that's not a comment. I just happened across this music channel.
Do I need to play it
on YouTube? Smooth Venice Laid Back Grooves to Chill Your Day. And I listened to only the first 10 seconds of it. And I was like, yup, that's for me.
Smooth
Venice. Venice. Laid back. You spelled Venice wrong.
Well, that's how you told me to spell it.
Well, C and Z sound the same. Yep, there it is. Smooth Venice. Laid back. Grooves to chill your day. That's a long title. I know. I'm really sorry. There it is. That's the one. I don't know. I don't think you got the audio on.
I don't.
Can you play someone else's channel? Oh, there it is. Is it on the?
Yeah. Man.
Is it playing through the thing? You see, the problem is we don't know.
It's probably playing through. That sounds like it's playing through there.
Turn it up then.
I don't know.
See, we don't know. Yeah. I'm so sorry. If you can't hear that, just trust me. It's great. Go look it up yourself. I already said the title 10 times.
It's great elevator music.
Okay, that's actually, I realized while riding an elevator once that I love elevator music.
Oh, well, there you go. Then you would love the Smooth Venice Laid Back.
We talk about this like a joke, but it is actually what I like.
Yeah. I asked, Jamie was pulling away from me the other day, And I asked him, what did I say? You got the Jamaican smooth rolling or something that? What's in the car?
I don't know. Some reggae.
Yep.
Modern.
It's all you, buddy.
Elevator reggae. Okay. All right. Let's get on with it.
All
Sorry. Right. We just can't help ourselves, by the way. Yeah. We'll get to something eventually.
2 yahoos having coffee.
Okay. All right. So some of this will blend into a little bit about what we're going to do on the Jaime and the Wild videos about hand planes, because a lot of people are commenting on that. Okay, let's give a little background for the episode. We're trimming out the decorative beams. We called them fake beams forever during the job, but they're not fake. They're real, as in they exist, but they're non-structural, so we decided to call them decorative. And so they're framed and then covered, wrapped in some nice trim. And I talked about the hand planes as we're using hand planes a lot in this episode. Okay, and first comment here by Dr. Brian Fields says, if I don't get the 20-minute version of the hand plane education on Let Jaime Talk, I'm going to be sad. So I teased the audience with hey, this is just the tip of the iceberg here. Tune in later for more hand plane talk. And we are going to do that later.
We are.
I have hand-selected about 10 hand planes that are all in the same category of size, like a 6-inch or 6.5, sort of like a Stanley low-angle block plane. And we're going to talk about some of them and what I like and don't like about them and how much they cost and what are the pros and cons of some of the different designs. And I think that's going to be really fun, actually. For me, it's super fun for me. And I'm just going to hope that some other people enjoy it too. So stay tuned, Dr. Brian Fields, because that 20-minute video will be made later today.
Yep, for sure. Hopefully.
I hope so. That's the plan anyway. We can only hope. Okay. A comment here by Felix_McDaggart. Quite often, it's not the skill of doing it right, but making it good when it goes wrong. So, as Brett said, there was a lot of struggle of us fitting the beams, which when I say the beams, I guess I should be more specific. It's just a board. The board that we're using is a 3-sided faux beam thing. So we call that wrapping a beam. You put 2 pieces on the side and one on the bottom. And the problem is that these pieces that we're putting up tight to the tongue and groove ceiling, they were not fitting perfectly because the tongue and groove ceiling, believe it or not, and I hate to even say this, but it is not perfectly straight and flat. Mm-mm. It has some
having technical difficulty, Jamie. Sorry, right, I was trying to get this on, but
that's okay.
There it is.
All right, so there's Jono scribing a line, and we're taking out very minor gaps in most places. Every now and then there was a more major gap that needed to be taken care of, but you can see where there's gaps, we need to make those disappear. So how do you do that, Houdini?
Yep.
So what we do is actually apply the shape of that ceiling to the board, and then it fits right.
All right. Thanks for bearing with me, y'all. Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening. I couldn't get the full screen to work there, but this will work. Anyway, right. Sorry, Jamie.
No, you're all good. You're all good. So that's the process. And it's not like we had to do this just one time and, there's just one board. It was several of them. And do you want to know why we're having to do this? Because the living room didn't have this problem. This is just in the bedroom. Okay. Now this...
Oof. Do you want me to guess?
Well, you'd never guess.
All right.
You'd never guess. And maybe people wonder if we just are really terrible at carpentry. And that's why we ended up...
It did seem to be just the bedroom, though.
It was just the bedroom. And I'll tell you why. And this is actually a great lesson that I learned for myself. And we did a thing called paying the price of your education when you learn something new that, okay, so here it is. Let's see if I can do a good job describing this. We have a truss ceiling. So trusses every 24 inches on center, and they are single pitch trusses, 24 inches deep, 24 inches on center, and about a 3/12 pitch, I think it was, 2 or 3 on that part. So we're going to apply our tongue and groove vertically, meaning parallel to the truss. Well, how do you nail tongue and groove parallel to a truss? There's nothing in between them. What do you nail them to? So you have to put blocking or furring strips, perpendicular to the truss, running like a ladder up the pitch of the roof that'll give us something to nail to. Okay. Because of some things in the bedroom where I didn't want that furring to come down an extra 1.5 inches and then the extra 3/4, because the window heights were closer to the ceiling and I didn't want it to come down. So I thought, okay, on this one, instead of nailing boards across the bottom of the trusses, like a 2x4 is what we used, I thought we'll just cut blocking in between each truss. Okay, that seems smart. That way I don't come down another 1.5 inches. That was the only purpose of doing all that blocking up in there. It seemed to matter. At the time of the framing, I said, yes, this makes sense, and it solves a little bit of my problem. I said, oh, it's worth it, even though it's more work, way more work. I mean, we did spend way more time creating this problem.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword, but it was like, had 10 edges on it. And it just kept on getting us. So, all right. So here's the problem. The trusses themselves, and I'm going to say almost any truss, they're not perfect. They are not necessarily perfectly flat as far as the bottom of the ceiling. You know, one's high or one's low, or, you know, where you place them on the wall plate, maybe one's in or out the tiniest bit. I mean, a small amount. And moving them, you know, in and out at all changes the up and down as well, where they would cross in a horizontal line perpendicular. So the blocking, even though it was applied point to point flush from one truss to the next, and then the next blocking from the bottom of that one to the next, it did not create a perfectly straight and flat surface to nail the tongue and groove to. There was some shape to it. Just some minor imperfection, but throughout that whole ceiling, all right? And so that's what we applied the tongue and groove to, and it conformed to it easily because it's only in 5-inch wide pieces. All right. So then you go to put a straight edge line, like a nice, perfectly straight board underneath all of that and catching the ends of every piece across the room, you know, and that room is about 16 feet long. So 16 times 12 divided by 5 is how many boards it's crossing. And for it to contact every board nice and tight, didn't happen. Okay, that was a long explanation, but I hope you followed, and that's the reason. In the living room, we just nailed 2x4s to the bottom of the trusses, which did a much better job of keeping it straight and averaging out those imperfections, because a 2x4 can only bend so tightly given a certain transition.
Okay.
So
did you shim the 2x4?
No.
So you just went and applied and crossed your fingers?
Yes.
Or just didn't think about it?
No.
I mean, I'm just asking the hard question.
No thinking. So that's how we created this problem, and we didn't really realize the implication that it might cause us more trouble in the future, and then the reality of when we first started to put the first board up, we realized, oh no, you know, we're in for it here. But the key is just to peck away at it and just take your time the best you can. Man. Okay.
Yeah, there was a good shot somewhere, if I could find it, freeze it, of like what it actually, there you can see it. Let me get over there.
That's a little blurry. Can you maybe scroll a little bit? It's not easy to
see that though, right there. Boom.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that. That is.
Yes, that's what we're dealing with.
And there's like a truss right here, probably.
Yep.
You know, and then it's,
yeah. So that is unacceptable right there. I mean, that is, you're going to have to figure something out. And I'm going to read this comment again. It's often not the skill of doing it right, but making it good when it goes wrong. So that's what we were doing. Okay. Somebody commented, blessed be the barrel grip jigsaw. All right. So I guess we used the jigsaw in this video, and I guess we were cutting around a light fixture or something. And so over the years, we've had a lot of jigsaws. You know, we've had DeWalt, we've had Bosch, Milwaukee, maybe some others. At any rate, there's kind of two different designs for the handle. It's like either a D handle on the top, but you're not holding like the motor part. It's like a raised handle, or there's like it's like a the barrel grip. I think that he's talking about is the angle grinder kind of handle shaped.
Gotcha.
And I really like that one actually. And the one I'm using now,
I think it's a Milwaukee, right?
It is a Milwaukee. It's a battery. I think it's an M12. So it's like the little battery.
Yep.
But you can get like an extra large little battery, so they can run for a long time. But they're super lightweight, and they're really easy to use, and they don't eat up a lot of battery, you know, because they don't have that much load cutting that small amount of material that blade is in contact with. So anyway, I love a good jigsaw, and I love a good
There it is.
Scribing session. There we go. There's cutting a nice little piece to fit the stone, I think, right there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Getting your bevel with the jigsaw. Don't underestimate that jigsaw.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
How about that?
Yeah. And that's in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. So something that we do, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but we have a link to almost every tool that we really use. And Brett knows this because he had to do all the hard work, him and Ben, of actually making it a reality, of making it possible for people to see this. And a lot of people, I'm saying this because a lot of people ask us, oh, what do you use? What's your tool? What is this? What exact make and model of this and this are you using? And so what we've done is on PerkinsBuilderBrothers.com. Sorry, I almost fumbled up there.
PBB.
I know. PerkinsBuilderBrothers.com. There is a link to tons of the stuff that we carry in our tool bags and the tools that we keep on our truck. So if you're looking for a hammer or a tape measure or a grinding disc or a square or a wrench or a, you name it, a lot of the stuff. And we have put this stuff in there because this is the stuff that we use and love. And people, like I said, this is an easy way for you to find it.
Yeah.
All right.
Not sponsored by, just so you know. These are just things that are...
Yes, we are not sponsored by the companies that make all these things.
Yeah. And we talked about it in Saturday's video that comes out tomorrow, but it'll be before this one. Because we go over your tool belt. Yeah. So, and that's where a lot of that stuff's going to be.
That's good. Hey, we forgot to thank our sponsors for today's video. We don't have any. Okay, moving on. Daniel Spano.
And not necessarily looking.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the whole thing. It takes time and money to make videos, and that's why, like on Builder Brothers, we have sponsors, and they help basically provide the financial support it takes for us to do all the work that it takes to make all the videos. Most people don't realize the amount of work that it takes. So, all right. Somebody says here, the fireplace is looking amazing. Why are you not showing or talking about the stonework? Just wondering. We didn't perform the work of doing the stonework, and that's the biggest reason. Like when we're hands-on building something, we film it and we discuss how we're doing it and why we're doing a certain technique or whatever. And it's really difficult to do that for other people that are not our crew. Like it's so funny, like we're in this like YouTube world, and everything we think about is like YouTube and how can we film it and how can we make a good video. And like people that are not in YouTube, meaning all my other tradespeople that just have regular trades work, they don't really know what to do with being filmed. And we try to show the final product. There's a really good shot of it. And so it's just really difficult to make good video content of the work being performed when we're not doing it. So that's why.
I mean, people ask all the time, why don't you have Rex and Lex on, or what's going on with electricians? This is not easy,
dude.
Like Eric puts me on the spot on the tiny house and whatever.
Right.
And I'm oftentimes, caught off guard, and I'm even used to it. And it's still not natural unless you're living in it all day long, every day. So I bet you guys try more often than people see because it doesn't make the final cut. So.
Yeah. If you filmed some other trades, you would need to approach it like going on an African safari and filming a lion family. You just need to sit in a van really far away with a big lens and just zoom in and watch.
That's a good way to put it.
Because they don't want to be interviewed. They don't want to tell you a story or tell you a joke or explain why they use what tool or why they just...
Yeah. They don't want to be filmed, really.
They don't want to be bothered. They're just literally trying to get their job done.
Yeah. Amen. Me too.
And maybe there's other... there may be other reasons too, but it's interesting, the whole YouTube thing. It's a lot of fun though. Okay. All right. Next question / comment here from Dawn.
The fireplace does look good. Just saying.
It does. I'm in love with this new stonework. It's not new, but it's new to me. This design or this pattern, and the the type of stone, even the look of it. I love it. I love it way more than the traditional kind of stone look that I've had done in a lot of houses or that my homeowners have chosen. Mm-hmm. That I really like. And it has to do, I think, a lot with the square nature of the stones. I don't love irregular shape stone laying so much. I like that they're square or rectangle or straight lines and that they are having some form of pattern versus completely irregular and non-patterned, odd-shaped. Like triangle-shaped stones. Mm-hmm. Who builds with triangles-shaped stones? Nobody.
I mean, nobody. Maybe an archway where you needed it.
Have you've been to the Biltmore State, right? In Asheville, North Carolina? So, like, you know the giant stone wall that makes it like this giant flat area behind the house? Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's called. That part is called something.
Yep.
I don't know. I actually went to a concert once there, and that big flat area was the concert area. And we almost got struck by lightning, and we had to go inside the Biltmore house at night. They had the entire, all the concert goers, thousands of people. So because the storm came in, they literally had to put us all inside. So, for like an hour and a half. So, there's a stone wall. All these stone walls.
Hold on, Jamie. You're pointing at something that doesn't exist yet.
Okay. No, I know. You're getting there. I was going to point out one other one. Like at the Biltmore, one thing I love is that, go back one. There's one with a brick walkway on that last page. I like that they're all different shapes and sizes, but they all have like good linear lines. You know, they're squares, they're rectangles. Somehow they all fit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some design to it. I like that. Something about it really, my brain likes to see it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's this huge retaining wall that they built that, that one's good enough. That was not the wall, but that's at the front, viewing like entrance thing.
Jeez.
Got all kinds of ads popping up and stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. That's interesting. But that's what it all looks like all over the place. It's all just limestone, local quarried.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Biltmore. Actually, my birthday is in a week, and I want to go. My birthday dream every year is to go to the Biltmore. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It is. And this year, dude, I don't know if it's going to happen. Man. Because, I was wanting to go with my wife, but she's not crazy about the Biltmore like I am because all the design stuff and all the intricacy of the way everything is made doesn't really just get her going like it does me.
You should do a Jamie in the Wild, and you and I can go, and I'll just record you in awe.
We'll probably get arrested if we film at the Biltmore.
Probably.
It might be worth it, but anyway, I can like go in the Biltmore and stare at the wall. You could pick any point on the wall, just about it, or any door or a floor transition or a staircase or a handrail, and I could just stare at it for an hour because it's so cool. And it's not just that it's cool now; it's just that they built it so long ago. You know.
Yeah, I can see why Jamie doesn't want to go with you.
I know. I'm going to be like, honey, look at that board or look at this. No, whatever. You use your imagination.
Oh, yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to get to go this year because babysitting woes. But anyway. Okay. There's that, whatever that is.
Let's go back. What we got? Comments.
All right. So I'm scrolling back here because I got ahead of myself. Okay, here we are. We're caught up. Okay, somebody's saying, Dawn C1419 says, I really want to know what will be the window treatments when she moves in. Whoa. I don't know. There's a lot of big windows. You know, I haven't even noticed like if the sun is shining in any window in a way that I wouldn't like yet, but nevertheless, it's very bright and open and lots of natural light. So that I say that's a good thing.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you can get the windows tinted. If it's just too bright or too hot, you can get shades of all types. It doesn't have everything built in though for window treatments. Like in the past, for some of these like really high windows, we've had remote control shades, you know, that are wired in, like hardwired in they probably make fancy Bluetooth battery powered ones now.
Yep.
Oh, the batteries in the shade are dead, honey. Climb the ladder. I don't know. So I don't know. Only time will tell what she'll do with that. Okay. Lee Smith says, Jamie, try okay, we're back to hand planes here, by the way. There's a lot of comments about brands of hand planes.
That's because Eric actually didn't cut you off. Jason was trying to get him to cut you off.
What was he thinking letting me talk for that long?
He's stealing my thunder.
Okay, try the Axminster brand. Now, I've never heard of that brand, Axminster brand, made in the UK. I use it on a daily basis, and they are an excellent plane. So my goal here in the hand plane thing is to find a workhorse plane that's affordable, that like anybody could buy. So, you've got like super cheap ones that may not be the best, but they might work fine. You've got maybe the middle of the road, maybe like $100-ish. And then you've got the really expensive ones, like 200 plus, 200 to 400. And I'm not really interested in the 200 to 400 because I don't think it's attainable for everybody. And I don't know. They're really nice if you're in a shop setting where you're like, everything is perfect and you don't have sawdust on the floor and
you're not risking dropping it off a ladder.
Yeah. I mean, these we need to take them on the job site and pass them around and throw them. Somebody's on a scaffold, 15 feet above, say, hey, give me that plane. You're going to throw it. Okay.
Be careful when you catch it.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
Knife, sharp knife. Okay.
Yeah. But I think, grabbing 6 or 7 planes that to you would all serve the same purpose and figuring out strengths and weaknesses across the ones, which one you like best.
That's right. Okay. Another brand that I haven't heard of, Jamie, you might want to look at the brand Juma, Juuma. They make affordable planes that are very lovely to use. Ooh, that sounds nice.
It does. Kind of like elevator music.
Man, if you combine really good elevator music and you're just hand planing some boards, that sounds like, and if it's raining outside and you're in the shop, that could be a great day. Okay. All right. Somebody says, let's see. I read the names of the comments from the names of the people that I can pronounce easily. Terry Nichols. I don't read.
That's how you choose the comments. Oh, can't read that name. Check.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not.
So there you go. If your YouTube name is something that Jamie can't read, put your name first, like Joe.
Dude, I don't even know what my YouTube name is. It says whatever your name is.
I think you're Jamie Perkins.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't either.
I don't even know. Okay, well, anyway, this one says, it would be interesting to know the amount of time spent on the beams. How does one estimate the cost? That is for me, on this job, an impossible question to answer. At least the first part, like how much time is on the beams. See, the beams are integral to the framing. Some of them that are structural and they get covered and they became the same look as the decorative ones. Mm-hmm. So there are structural and there are non-structural ones. So it's part of the actual house. And then, the time to frame, it took us a long time, a couple days at least, to frame the subframe for the beams. And then a couple of days to trim them out. I'd say more than a week of a 4-man crew. More than a week. It may have taken a week to frame them and a week to trim them.
Dang.
So,
that's a lot.
That would be at least $10,000 in labor.
Yeah.
And then the material. And I don't know because the homeowner actually purchased this material. I didn't purchase this material. And it had it pre-finished. There's a lot of money in the material, in the pre-finishing, in the framing, even in the planning and designing, and, the installation. So
it brings me something you and I talked about earlier this week. And I actually made a mental note to bring it up. I asked Jamie what something was going to cost because he's going through this process of, what to build and where to build it and how to build it. And he said, I don't really want to know because I'm going to build it as inexpensively as I can build it to the quality that I want it built.
Yeah. And we're talking about a garage.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell everybody because we went from carport to metal carport to wood carport to garage and back to carport. But anyway, the point was I'm a finance, like my brain works in numbers and dollars. So Jamie and I have a short-term rental business and long-term rental business. So rental business. And I often try to budget in the beginning of projects and it's like pulling teeth. And so my little brain just goes, okay, I need a round number. Like, give me a round number for these 10 things, not down in the weeds, because I know it just won't happen. And that's okay. It's just how you work. And I appreciate that because it's not like you don't waste money. I do, because I know that you're not going to waste my money.
I don't waste it.
So it's going to be a high quality product for what it cost.
There you go.
So you're not going to do it 10 times. You're just going to build it the way you know how to build it. And it's going to be what it is. So that's fair. I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know why I thought about it. And I thought it was an interesting thing because I don't think that way. I would price everything out almost to the penny.
You could. And maybe I should start doing that.
I don't think you want to know.
I think
I just tell them at the end, just so everybody knows.
I think for me, the pricing and doing all that, making the list of all my material, getting a price for each type of material, making a total of each section of a build, for example, foundation, would involve, digging concrete blocks, steel, concrete pumpers, concrete material, Satcrete, mortar mix, any and everything related. That's a whole bunch of stuff. And figuring the price and the quantity for each part of that, and then having a foundation price, like that's possible, sure. But if you have to do that for every part of the build, it'd take a lot of time. It would. I mean,
it's a whole job, which is, there are people that do exactly what you just described. Actually, most people do it. I mean, bigger companies. I'm not saying. You're a small business.
We're a nano company. That means very small.
We are a nano company. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting that, we're really good friends and our brains just don't work alike when it comes to that. Which is fine, because usually I just let you take the lead on it anyway, because why would I get in your way to build something? And you wouldn't necessarily question me when I'm running the numbers.
When, in business partnership for you and me, or for me and my brother.
Yeah, me and Ben.
Any of us that were interconnected. When you win, I win. And when I win, you win. And we both have the same mindset to have a goal to achieve, where we know that when we benefit, the other benefits, and vice versa. So,
yeah,
I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree. Right. Sorry, didn't mean to take you on a tangent. Let's get back to the comments. But that was my one thing I observed this week that I thought was cool.
Okay, sweet. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to say we're going to go into there was some critical comments. It's so funny when trimming out these beams. Okay, if you watch the video, you see what we're doing. We're taking 3 boards and we're nailing them together to make a fake beam. Now, are we trying to make it look like it was one piece of wood? No. At a glance, when you look up, does it appear to be like one beam piece of wood? Yeah, sort of. If you micro scrutinize it, can you tell the way it's constructed? Yes. Okay. Now I'm answering questions nobody's asking. And so some of the comments were, oh, you guys should have mitered the corners. You should have used maybe foam, those fake foam beams that have like a, really realistic finish on them. You should have, well, anyway, I'm going to read the real comment here. A guy, Daryl May, says, you guys need to watch Inside Carpentry with Spencer Lewis, box beam finishing. And I actually would love to watch that. I have never heard of it, but it sounds something right up my alley. So it's so weird. Like half of the comments about the beams in general were saying, wow, they look so amazing. You guys are doing great work. And the other half, who may be really high-end carpenters, finish work guys, are saying, you guys really botched these things up. You should go back to school, So there's...
Both are fair.
They are both fair. And I even had this conversation a little bit with my crew the other day saying, hey, we're doing a good job. We're hanging doors right now. And, we're running into headaches, with some pre-hung doors that every carpenter is going to have. And here's the thing. I'm like, guys, we're building an expensive house. Like it's going to cost more than $1 million, this house. Okay. I don't know how much more, because I don't have complete access to all the finances that they have spent,
sure,
on it. Like I know what we've spent, but that is not all that is spent. So what I'm saying is, if this is $1 million, it's more than $1 million. We're just going to call it $1 million. This is, and I don't mean this in a bad way. This is the cheap version of the $1 million house. Like this same house could cost $4 million.
Sure.
If you took each and everything and made it absolute perfection and of the highest quality material and workmanship, I mean the highest.
Yeah.
The price could go 4 times easy.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're trying to do a good, fast, and affordable job, right? And it may not seem that way because it seems extravagant and it seems, excessive in its grandeur and its appearance. And it is. It's an amazing house. I love this house and I love the way that it looks and it is cool. But we're also trying to get it done fast and fast is not real fast. Yeah. I mean, I say fast, but it's all that, actually there's a comment when I read it, it's something about fast and let me just find this.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I think that, I switched to this picture really quick. Boom. There you go, everybody. When you walk in this house, which I do every week or maybe 2, it gives you the wow factor. And you're not even looking at the beams. The beams are there as a part of the overall scope, but the view and the windows, which are floor to ceiling, that's the whole house. Yeah. I mean, it really is. So when you pull up and it's black, I don't think it's actually black, but it has the wow factor. Yeah. Even if you don't get down into the nitty gritty. So wasting more money or more time on things that in the grand scheme of things are 20 feet off the ground and it just doesn't matter. That ceiling looks amazing. Yeah. Some people said, I don't even bother scribing the beams. They're 20 feet in the air. You'll never see the gaps. But I mean, we try to minimize and make it look really good. But yeah, and I didn't mean to say this house is a cheap version because it's not. Everything in here is expensive. But compared to what you could be spending, you get the point. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here somebody says EK-RY3LR. That's a weird name. Says Bob.
When the baby was born, they thought, you know what? Let's see. He says, y'all are awesome, inspiring so many folks, including myself, to build our own houses. Mine has taken longer than 13 months now. Slow but steady wins the race. So
that's amazing.
I'm very always happy to hear people like accomplishing their own stuff, and they're inspired to do so, at least partly due to us, making videos about building houses. Yeah. So cool. Thank you for the comment. Okay. I know we're bouncing back and forth between the hand plane thing. Somebody says, hey, I think there might need to be a Perkins series tool line, meaning we should make our own tools. I've thought about making my own hand plane. I literally was going to go out in the shop and just take out all my, all my preferences from all the planes that I have and just like literally make one from scratch. For myself. That would be what I would declare the right hand plane for me. And I might.
At the end of the video that we test them all, you very well may.
I just might.
It'd be interesting when we do this if you find one you actually like or if it's still the one that Ray has.
He won't let me borrow it. No, he would. He tries to give it back to me every time I mention it, but I just love just giving him a really hard time about it.
I mean, you are kind of passive aggressive about it.
That's the way I do.
All right. Sounds good. Until he gives it back or just forever? Okay.
Okay. I can't read the name. Sorry. AWEISEN. I before E. I can never remember. All right, Jamie is such a planer snob! ! You can't beat the quality of the Home Depot Buck Brothers 6.5-inch block plane. ... Perfection. Now, I was actually in Home Depot the other day, and I wanted to go buy one of these, and they were sold out.
Well, there you go.
I couldn't get one, so yeah, I was gonna have it in our. Not that I couldn't have ordered it, whatever. I just want to pick one up off the shelf, and it wasn't there.
Okay,
so to be continued.
Yep.
Another comment, Jamie, you need to design your own hand plane. Okay. I love that. Okay. All right. We're going to get into one of these next techniques that we used on the short beams that go down the hallway, this little hallway that bridges the two giant sections of the house together. We had a problem where we didn't have a wide enough board to cover the sides of the beam, and part of the beam framing was exposed, hanging down in the middle, and it created a problem for us that required me to do a lot of work. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Now I did get thrashed and bashed in the comments. It was kind of like, you ever been surfing or boogie boarding when you catch a wave that's really too big and then it crashes on you and it slams you against the bottom of the sand under the water?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me in the comment section about my decision, the way that I removed the material.
This right here?
Yeah. So I used a skill saw to cut the edges to have a nice defined edge on both sides that would be my guardrail for where I would not go beyond with my electric hand plane.
Yeah.
And then I used the electric hand plane to plow out the middle to really hog out that material. And, maybe people weren't bashing me like I'm, saying you're an idiot, but just suggesting some alternative methods. And the biggest suggestion was to use a dado blade on the table saw, which if you don't know what a dado blade is for anybody out there, it's just a really wide saw blade that can be adjusted to different widths for, cutting really wide grooves, anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1 inch or more, maybe if you're crazy. But I didn't have a dado blade on the job site for my table saw. I didn't have any other better tools or techniques available to me on the spot. This popped up. It was at the end of the day. We're like, hey, can we do these? Or maybe lunchtime and on. So I didn't want to leave the job site and go get other tools. And I thought, you know what, I can do this. Mm-hmm. And so I just came up with a little way that worked.
I mean, it worked.
And we hollowed them out, and the sawdust was a-flying. I was having fun. We put some Lexel all over it.
Yep.
I'm glad to see that because I told him to put Lexel on it, but I was outside the whole time. So I never saw him actually installing them. So that makes me happy to see that Lexel going on there.
Look at that canoe.
Dude, that is...
Canoe beam.
That is job site, make it happen perfection is what I call it.
Yep.
And truly, though, I did have fun doing it.
Oh, well, good. You made a mountain of shavings.
Yes.
Golly.
And somebody recommended that I get a Forest brand dado set, which Forest Blades is one of the best companies for saw blades. So, and I do have some Forest blades.
There you go.
Oh, and a router. Somebody says, why not use Paul-Z81 says, why not use a router to cut the channel for the underside of the beam? That also would have been a pretty good choice. I didn't have a router, and
I think you explained it perfectly. You had what you had. It's the end of the day. Not trying to rush it, but this is what I got, and I don't want to do this tomorrow.
That's right. So yes, all of these options that people are suggesting would have been great. I didn't have that stuff on the truck that day. So
yeah,
okay.
And it's a long way down the mountain.
NCG59 says, did we forget that 1x12s exist? Now, I put that one in here on my list because it's obviously a rhetorical question. He knows that I know that 1x12s exist. And the catch is that this material was all purchased months and months ago. It was pre-finished at a facility a long way away from us months and months ago. And for me to... And with a very special stain that I can't go to the hardware store and buy. I can't, and the clear coat is a type that they use in their manufacturing facility that is not on the shelf at your hardware store. Mm. So to make it look exactly right, and even if I had the same exact stain, the same exact clear coat, is my application technique and my surface prep going to be identical and to have an identical appearance in the end? No. Mm-hmm. There's no way I can replicate it exactly. I can't say I can't do it as good. I can say I can do a good job. So all of those factors led us to decide not to go buy new boards, try to find stain, wait a week for the staining and clear coating process to be done. And also we had a surplus of this material when it was all over. So we had plenty anyway of this material. And those are all the factors that led up to that. And I'm sure that y'all can understand that. So here's a good question. We put tongue and groove on all these ceilings, and they're big ceilings. Mm-hmm. Somebody says...
Big, tall, and big.
Yeah, big surface area. Somebody says, will the T&G buckle with no room for expansion? That is a good question that sort of has a tricky answer that I don't have a straight answer. Okay. The tongue and groove is laid tight to the drywall, like on the edges, and the room is 40 feet wide. So there's I'm going to tell you right now. I think I already know the number, but how many boards does it take to go across 40? That's actually 44 feet. So we're going to do 44 feet. So just 44 times 12 in inches, and that equals 528 inches divided by each board covers 5 inches. There's 105 boards in a row, in side by side, to make up the length of that room. 105. Dang,
okay, that's a lot. Now
the question is, well, how much would it expand if each board, grew or expanded or gained moisture? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
over 105 boards.
Okay. Well, the thing is, every board, it can't move by as much as each board could move, or else the whole ceiling would explode.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what do you do on a hardwood floor where you got to have a really big wood floor, like a gymnasium, and they have wood floors in a gymnasium? Well, you might notice that there is actually a little gap, about a 1/16 every 4 feet in rows, that might allow a 1/16 inch expansion in each 4 foot wide section. But by the time you pour finish on it, you dump finish on it and squeegee it across the floor.
Yeah, it's filled in.
What happens to the gaps? They're gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so, wood expansion, it is a thing. It is a thing to definitely account for. And like, if I was doing a hardwood floor, I would always leave a 1/4 inch around the edges. But sometimes you need to butt tight to a door or to an opening, and you have to make a fixed, solid cut to fit, no gap place.
Yeah.
What do you do? I don't know. I have only had one ceiling that actually buckled, and it was on an exterior ceiling.
I mean, we've talked about this before, but this house isn't conditioned yet either, so it's actually should dry out.
Yes.
Not
that's a good
increase
point.
in moisture.
Yes. So we used, of course, the material was kiln dried and all that, but it's very humid. It was applied in a humid state in the summer. And when the AC hits, it's going to shrink. It is not going to expand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to bet on.
That's a big ceiling.
It is big. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, I like the way that the beam trims actually capture the ends of the tongue and groove. And each piece of tongue and groove is only about 6 feet long. And it's held and captured on each end with some beam pieces that are pressed up there super tight.
That's what you're saying.
It would actually be really difficult for any of those to come out of place. I don't know. Okay. Susan Ward says, if there's something good and fast, it won't be cheap. And if there's something good and cheap, it won't be fast. And if it's fast and cheap, it won't be good. This is like the triangle. Did we talk about this, I think, once?
Not exactly, but yes. I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's a thing. Okay. All right, I'm going to move on. That's what we kind of hit.
I mean, there's a quality, and then there's a quality and price, and then there's a price only, and so.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it would be hard. That was actually the last comment. I've done less and less comments each time we do this.
Yeah.
And we've done this 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
Because I realized I felt like I was really rushing to get through the comments and get them all included. But these are the ones that, plus it was getting late at night last night when I was watching all these. And I was pretty tired from building this house that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we're making some really great progress, by the way. And, things are coming together beautifully. I mean, it's amazing to see all the finish surfaces going in, the ceilings, the floors are going in now. The drywall's being painted. We're putting in interior doors right now. And
how far behind do you think you are? I mean, the videos. Sorry.
I was going to say, behind what?
Not that.
You mean like right now?
Yeah, like the video we're talking about now came out it came out yesterday, but I didn't know how far ahead you are. A couple weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I bet, yeah, they're 2 weeks behind real time, we'll call it, which is pretty fast.
I do love how you guys show your errors like this right here. Eric put that board up and then realized that it's actually like 2 inches too long, like height.
What? Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, you might not even know this happened.
No, I didn't.
You weren't around.
There's no telling what I was doing.
Yeah, because when you look on the other side of the fireplace, you've got the smoke or the carbon monoxide, and it's where it's supposed to be, which you guys accounted for. But then he realized when he put the board up, so he had to go back and take that one off. So, but I love how you guys show your errors.
Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, if we didn't film our mistakes, we wouldn't have anything to film.
That's not necessarily not true.
There was, I wish I could express somehow and tell how much time and thinking and consideration was made to design these beams and to even order the correct amount of the right sizes of material to cover it. knowing that it's non-refundable because it's pre-stained, knowing that they're paying a premium price to have it pre-finished, and like there's a high side and a low side of the beam because of the pitch of the roof. And this is the first house I've done where the beams run not up and down the roof pitch. Like they run across. Which is
the way they should. Oh, no.
It depends.
Yeah, I guess it does. Totally depends.
So, I mean, like half of our discussion in designing the beams and what they're going to look like and all this stuff and through the entire job, I mean, I'm talking from day one, is, and because I drew a bunch of this in SketchUp too, to help myself like internalize knowing that I knew how I was going to construct it, because the blueprints did not give any details about how to build any of this. Okay, there's no detail drawn on how to build a beam. There's no detail drawn about how to build one of these giant columns. There's so many things that we had to come up with on site, on the fly. It was ridiculous, to be honest. And I think the videos show that. But anyway, there was just so much effort went into designing these and knowing like, okay, this bottom of the thing is going to be this wide and it takes that wide of a board. And okay, what's going to be 7.5 inches. Well, a 1x8 is 7.25, and a 1x10 is 9.25. So I got to get a 1x10 for this one. Then the low side, knowing what size that was going to be and not wasting material. And then the high side is this side. And then going through each room and counting, okay, I've got a fake board against the wall, and then I've got the low side, and then the bottom and the high side, and then 3 more of those, and then one high side. Okay, and it's that many boards of this length. And you write all that down for one room, and then you go to the next. And this video was only about the stuff happening inside, and we already did all that on the outside. So every outside thing, and it was all different too. I mean, the same but different. It had different factors.
Sure.
Okay, so like just to calculate the material to purchase, you could say it probably took me a whole day to know that I got a list that's accurate, that we're going to have enough. Because what happens when you run out, and that material was special ordered.
We talked about
all the pre-finishing stuff. It's not like I can just stain a board, but it won't match. But okay, so the pressure's on when you got some material like that you don't want to run out of. You don't want to have too much, but you don't want too little. You can't run out. Running out is not an option. Having a little extra, that's an option. So
I got two questions of my own. Well, one's a question. Why no gutters yet? Is it just because they're not there, or is there? Oh, I know why.
You know why?
I've asked this question on the job site, so I do know it, but I'll let you explain.
Okay. There's no gutters in the house. I would love to have gutters now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the rain picture. Go ahead, James.
All right. Well, let me just start by saying gutters are required by code for this house because it's on a basement, and where rainwater goes off of the roof and it goes into the backfill area around a basement, you really don't want water, coming in.
Which is exactly what's happening right there. That little wall right there, right? That's backfilled behind the basement.
It is. Now, water's I would almost say the biggest enemy of a house.
I would agree.
Maybe there's others, but, water can totally destroy your house.
From top or bottom.
Either way, it don't matter. If it comes up in the basement, if it comes down through the roof, siding, water is going to kill your house. So it also protects the siding. The gutter protects the siding because when you get a waterfall of roof water coming off, if the wind blows at all and you got that waterfall right beside your house, it'll blow it against the house. And then you're asking your siding and your windows and everything on that siding assembly to be like a roof. And it's not designed to be like a roof.
Yeah,
it's really not a roof.
That's a really good way to put it.
So, plus you can control that water and send it somewhere you want it to go. Instead of it landing in a concentrated amount in a certain place, you can send it, wherever you like. And the gutters are not installed, to answer your question, because we don't have the stucco finish applied to those giant columns, and there will be downspouts on some of the columns. And we don't want to put in temporary downspouts. We don't want to put in the permanent ones and then have to stucco around them. That doesn't make sense. And so we're trying to keep the order of events, even though we've gone a few things backwards on this job, to keep going in progress. That's why.
Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of a strategic plan, though, for the stucco guy, is to say, okay, out of the, I don't know how many columns there are, there's 10 or 12 of them or more, say 12. there might be only 3 or 4 that get a downspout. I'm going to tell my stucco guy, hey, do these 3 or 4 first.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, gutters go in. Okay, now just attack the rest.
Yeah.
However you want. But we need gutters bad. The siding has got a lot of mud on it because the water comes down.
It's going to have to be pressure washed.
It is. And actually, probably tomorrow, the paint guy.
Oh.
I've hired a painter. We just had to make progress, to keep my crew doing construction stuff like trim and doors and to get the painting done all at the same time. So I'm excited to see the mud get washed off, and now we have gravel, clean stone all around the house, so it won't get splashed with mud again. But yeah, we'll get it washed off, get that last coat of paint on there.
Yeah.
It'll be clean and beautiful.
Yeah, I guess I lied. I've got 2 comments after this.
Go ahead.
Somebody also, and I think it was somebody from Australia, why don't we use rain barrels? I mean, this is a perfect example for a gigantic water tank that could be self-filling.
I guess.
Even if it was just emergency water. Or, well, I mean, we don't really have to worry about like landscaping or watering our yard. Like, nobody does that around here. We get enough rain. But anyway, it's just not common unless you're feeding a garden or something that's away from your house and doing something like that in our area.
Unless you're off grid and you don't have a well and I don't know about catching rainwater off a roof for drinking. You'd have to, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I don't know anybody that does that, but if you had a good use for the water. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, a garden or something else. Yeah. People do that around here all the time.
Sure. I think that is a good reason.
Yeah.
And we have never built a house that had any rain catching, storing capabilities.
Yeah. Maybe we should look at that.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. If I did, let's just say I did, and I had a bunch of barrels of water at my house, what would I do with them? For me, I don't garden at my house.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying you could use it for your water. You'd have to filter it, obviously, but you could be self-sustaining or not needing water, basically, or to drill a well.
Sure.
So, but anyway, didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I did read that comment, and it's not abnormal. It's just not something we do around here.
Yeah.
And then the last comment is the thing that Eric does with this, which I know you do too, and everybody does nowadays, but I'm going to put it on the screen because this is one of the most helpful little tools or tricks. See what Eric's doing there with this? I know you know, but and he explains a little bit, but anytime you need to make a straight line on something that's short and close, like the bottom of a door, for example. I've done this because you taught me how to do it, or I've watched you how to do it. If you got to trim the bottom of a door, why would you ever get a straight line? Why would you grab anything? Just use your fingers as a guide. And it is incredible how accurate it is.
It is.
It's unbelievable. It's such a good little trick that everybody that wants to do any kind of carpentry should learn that trick. Draw
a straight line on the edge of something. It gets tricky past about like 1.5 inches or 2, and you might need to use something like a tool. But yeah, you can just boom, use the edge of your finger on a straight board. The only problem is if that board's really splintery.
Yeah. Of course. Be careful.
For example, I would not do it on a rough edge of OSB because you're going to get splinters.
Yeah.
Unless you got metal fingers.
Fair enough. Do they work as a good guide?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep, sure does.
And it also matters, you got to make sure your pencil's sharp enough because it's at a really steep angle or shallow angle rather. So if your pencil's not sharp enough, you're not going to get a line.
What, are you some expert at this now?
No, I just, well, I mean, if you ask Jason, I don't know anything about construction.
Well,
boom.
Well,
let's start a podcast with a bunch of guys that don't know anything about construction and interview a guy that knows everything about construction. Maybe he should interview me and we could talk about, how to run a business.
That would be interesting. We all have our areas of knowledge, and
absolutely.
And you're a great show host.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Sure enough.
Well, I bet you Ben wishes he was sitting right here.
Well, we do miss Ben, and I think we should bring Ben back sometime.
Well, let me just tell you, he is in the background because all the Saturday videos, everything, Ben does all the editing. All I do is hit record and do some stuff, and then Ben, does the Ben thing. He's
the unsung hero of editing and all the, I don't know how to post a video. I don't even barely know how to watch one, and never mind post one. But just to give you an idea,
I don't even know how to post.
The videos that we're making about making the door in my shop,
yeah,
of course, you were there, of course. Brett filmed it with me. I gave Ben those videos to edit. It was over 200 video clips.
Yep, and that was cut down.
Yeah, so I did a little pre-cut to delete the ones that were really bad. And dude, to hand somebody 200 video clips and say, "Hey, make me some YouTube gold out of this thing."
Yeah,
that's
he's got to watch them all first, because otherwise you have no idea where to put them. It's way easier to edit, and this is one of the reasons Eric does this himself, because he's living in it and he knows when he's filming it. Kind of, he's pre-cataloging it, and that's incredible. Like, to be able to do that. I can't. I mean, I can think about that way, but it's not the same way Ben does. Because when I was filming it, I was kind of doing the same thing mentally.
Yeah.
And then he took it, and it wasn't what I would have done. And I was like, well, all right, that's just fine.
Well, the editor, and unless there is a separate producer, the editor is the producer. You got to see the big picture of a video and say, how do I want this to come across? And your filter for what's good or acceptable or interesting is what is applied to the final product. Unless you have other people that are previewing it and saying, "Oh, well, it's a little too boring here, you should cut some clips," or, "Oh, well, that joke wasn't funny, you should get rid of that," or add more dad jokes.
I would love dad jokes. Where are they at? You haven't had any.
They just come up when they come up. I can't control it.
All right,
it's out of control. It's uncontrollable. It's involuntary.
You actually had one in this video about subscribing.
Oh yeah, with the pencil. Gosh. Well, and there was a comment. I didn't take a picture, but I took a mental note. Somebody also said, if you scribe a mark and then erase it, are you unsubscribed?
Oh, boom, boom. Hopefully nobody does that from our channel.
No, we need more subscribers to watch our stuff,
That'd be great. That would be great.
That would be good. So, all right. Well, I think we're about done for now.
Yeah.
I got to say, I really enjoy reading these comments and finding the ones that speak to me that I think will make good video content for us on the podcast here and for the podcast only. But, it's because of the viewers that are watching and enjoying the show or not enjoying it, whatever they're doing, and making these comments that I get to have something to talk about. And that's great. So I want to, keep this cycle going. So thank you to everybody who is watching and commenting and providing for us a great show here. So,
yeah.
Hey,
I appreciate it. I mean, I love just sitting here having coffee with you.
It's a good time.
I'm out though. I need a refresh.
We're going to have to go do real work after this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are going to have to do that.
So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for checking us out and staying with us. If you did this long, be curious. And if you don't know, just ask.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time, as Ben would say.